Hey guys, this video is going to be a review of Legacy of Wisdom by Gabrielle V. Taylor, which is a book that I won off of Goodreads first read. I only had a very vague idea of what this book was about when I won it, but basically it's about wisdom and how to achieve or develop wisdom, like the development of wisdom. It draws a lot on the author's grandmother, who she perceives as like the wisest person she's ever known, and kind of the person that she developed her wisdom from, and like took a lot of her grandmother's advice and used it in her own life. And so she talks a lot about her grandmother and advice her grandmother gave her and things like that, and gives that same advice to readers as to how to be wise and live wise lives. She uses the word wisdom a lot. It's not exactly what I think of when I think of wisdom. A lot of it is kind of advice or knowledge that I've heard before and kind of termed various different things. Like a lot of the stuff she covers like a lot of ground kind of, and a lot of the things that she describes in here I've heard described in other terms and kind of separated as they're all like kind of different things, and in here they've kind of been put together into one sort of like multiple sorts of like do all of these things. I know that made very little sense how I worded that, but basically there's just a lot of advice and ways you should live your life in here and things like that. I would say that I thought it was okay. The thing is with this book, like I said, I'd heard pretty much everything in here before. I don't really think I got new information. I like some parts better than others. Some parts of like her family story and whatnot were interesting, but just kind of like anecdotally interesting, not like there's no like huge story there, like they're just short bits kind of thing, so it wasn't like riveting, but interesting in places. And the biggest thing I think for me is, like I said, I've heard pretty much all of this before. Some of it is stuff that I think we get told over and over again, like not just in this book, and there are parts of it that I liked more than others. There were some things I didn't really disagree with anything that she said. There were just some parts of it where the way it was worded came off as kind of I don't know, just how it was talked about, I guess, didn't sit well with me a little bit. Like, I don't know how to describe it really without like going through and pointing out tons of different parts. I just feel like the main thing for me is the way the author like presents herself kind of makes it come across as like, I have this perfect, and she does admit in places that I think she admits in places that she doesn't always do what her advice says, but the way it's kind of written gave off the kind of vibe of like, if you do these things your life will be perfect, which obviously isn't true, or like you do these things and your life will just be so much greater and grander, and I have the key to everything, is kind of like what it seemed she was trying to do at times. I'm not sure if it was or not, but it's the impression it gave off, and that was kind of off-putting because I tend to be distrusting of someone who's just like, if you do all of these things your life will be just a million times better. And it's like the key, I think that's it, like the key to everything. I don't know. I do think that there are some people who like this more than I did. I just, like I said, don't think I really gained much from it, if anything from it really. So I'm just kind of neutral towards it. It wasn't a bad book, but it didn't add anything. I don't like, having read it didn't influence my life, or like I didn't really achieve anything by reading it. I didn't gain new information. I wasn't like thoroughly entertained. So yeah, but I think that is all. So I will see you guys later. Bye.